Join me now, Stephen Miller, White House Deputy Chief of Staff. Stephen, your response. Hard to do these remotes with a little bit of a delay there, but I'm glad she came on.
To hear the words rule of law come out of her mouth is so disturbing and appalling. She and her party presided over the mass invasion of America, 20 million illegal aliens coming into our country, stealing our jobs, stealing our tax benefits, committing crimes of rape, torture, and murder against American citizens that doesn't elicit even an ounce of empathy or sympathy from the pro-illegal alien gangster Democrat Party. She's also dead wrong about the Supreme Court ruling. They reversed the lower court and said the lower court cannot tell the president how to conduct the foreign policy of the United States. That was the 9-0 ruling. This illegal alien, who is a member of a foreign terrorist organization that has wreaked havoc across this country, MS-13, has received more due process than almost any American citizen who has been persecuted by their government over the last 4 years, who were jailed, imprisoned, and deplatformed by the Biden administration. We are watching the Democrat Party twist itself into knots to give every illegal alien terrorist an MS-13 and trained Wagwa more process, more court time, more intervention than any innocent American citizen has ever received. It turns my stomach. Americans want these terrorists the hell out of our country.
Stephen, if the court stays on the facilitation of his return angle, and then this becomes a debate about, okay, show us what you did to try to facilitate his return. Then what? What happens in that regard? Because I kind of see that's where this is going. It's like, okay, we can't force you, but did you try to facilitate? You know what I mean? Like, these judges are just appalling. But I have a feeling that's the way it's going to move.
No court in this country, least of all a district court, has the power to compel the president of El Salvador to free one of his own citizens, an illegal alien in our country who's a citizen of his country, a subject of El Salvador, who under El Salvador's laws is also a terrorist in our country, a terrorist in his country. El Salvador is not subject to the court rulings of the United States. To suggest they are would be preposterous.
Yeah. But
that's the bottom line. He is in the custody of El Salvador, a sovereign country.
Right.
He's not in our custody.
But Laura,
you have the entire Democrat Party that is in love with this gangster in El Salvador who beat his wife, who's a member of a terrorist organization, who has code for MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles. And you've seen the amount of coverage, the amount of discussion over this one illegal alien gangster. What was the reprieve for Americans who watched their communities get occupied by these foreign gangs? Where was their due process? Where was their rights? Where was the media and where were the courts when their loved ones were getting beaten, raped, and murdered? That's who President Trump is fighting for, not foreign terrorists, Americans.
And Stephen, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.